Hello, beautiful people. So today let's discuss the Balance Council changes, and let me just walk you card by card. Okay, so first of all we have Saskia, the commander. I would say this is a very good change. Definitely she was not being played that often. Right now at 5 points of provision, I would say it's definitely much better. At 14 points of provision, this is still a very expensive card. Definitely also it doesn't allow you to build the deck in the way you want it, just because you need to have this 10 different primary categories in your deck. So this is, I would say, very conditional. But I would say at 5 points of provision, definitely it's a good change. I wouldn't even mind if this card would be at 13 points of provision, which is I know that this is pretty controversial, but if you're gonna compare this card into cards like Demavend or Torres, that would make sense. Then we have Affine Healer Grant. Yes, this is also a good change. Definitely this card needed a buff because it wasn't played that often. In my opinion, Affine is not that good with many soldier decks. I would say definitely with scouts it will work, but other than this, definitely this is a card that should be included in a cultist's deck. Scoiatael, definitely this card will be played right now more often. This is also a good change, especially for the veterans. I created the deck last season with veterans, also Scoiatael was included. Right now at 4 points of power, it will be only better. Then we have Evelyn Jallow. Also a very good change. Thanks to this buff, this card will be, I would say, more resilient to some removal tools. You need to have a 6-point removal to destroy Evelyn, so definitely also a very good change. Herkia, I was also voting for this card. I don't remember how many months ago, but I did, and finally it got buffed into 5 points of provision. So right now it's at 6, and this is like a, you know, I mean 5 plus 1, but it's still 6. This is a crucial change, and definitely with Ulula right now it's gonna do a better job, and that will definitely enhance the decks with warriors. Nausicaa, I don't mind, to be honest with you, like at 4 at 6 plus this battle preparation that triggers assimilation. Right now this is a good change, since obviously Slave Driver got into 6 points of provision. Drummond Shield Maiden, also a very good change. This card was not played at all, and right now this is not like a direct but indirect buff to Ceres, and according to me Ceres is also too expensive and should be definitely buffed, and it should be the cost should be deducted by 1 point. Then we have Artfane Crossbowman, also a very good change because this card was not being played almost at all, comparing to the other soldiers which were present. Right now I would say this card will be more visible, so this is also a good change. And Dryad Fledgling, yes, very good change. This card was very weak, even in the Harmony decks was not being played, and in the other decks I mean, it was impossible to play it, so hopefully this card will be more visible. Then we have Desert Banshee. At 5, it's still not enough. I would say this card needs still 1 more point to be, I would say, playable. It's very weak. You can only consume 1 unit, and I know that it gives you this whenever you play a unit with the Death Wish ability boosts self by 1, but I would say this is still a very weak card. Alright, so these were the power increases, power decreases. Rent free at 4. I don't know, to be honest with you, like I don't see a point of like nerfing this card anymore. 5 plus 14 was for me perfect. Right now it's just making this card weaker, maybe only because it was like played too often. To be honest with you, like it's not a huge change for this card. It's only 1 point, but to be honest with you, it's still gonna be played anyway, so let's see how it's gonna work right now. Then we have King Demavend, as you can see right now, 5 and 13, and then if you're gonna compare it to Saskia, which is 5 at 14, so I think this needs to be changed to boost this card also to 13 like Demavend. Demavend right now, it's exactly in the place where it should be, because I would say this is a very strong card with a high tempo, but if you're gonna compare this card to Torres, it's even better. So I mean, if anything should be at 14 points of provision, that should be Torres. These cards like Saskia and Demavent at 13, they are okay with 5, but Torres should be definitely changed because it's very strong comparing to these cards. Then we have South. I don't think that was necessary. Right now it will not be played that often. I know this is only 1 point, but regarding 12 points of provision and that you need to also summon and you need to meet this condition, and I don't know. Right now I think like any other change and deducting the points of power, it will just make this card unplayable at all. Living armor, I don't know what was this change for. I don't think it makes like any kind of sense, because the unit's power is always equal to its armor. So if the armor is 10, it's gonna be still 10. So I really don't know why even somebody like decided to make a change of this card, because it makes absolutely no sense, because it doesn't change anything. Letitia, in my opinion, not necessarily needed a change, because at 6 points of provision it was like pretty stable. Anyway, you still had to have a defender to protect her. Right now at 5 it's gonna be just easier to destroy her, and this is like this is a very important card for this archetype of mages. I would say it didn't need a nerf. Demon Pirate, I don't agree with this change, although I agree with nerfing the pirates, but that wasn't the problem of this deck. Demon at 9, at 5, it was perfect, and it should exactly stay in this point. The problem was the Corsair, and the problem is always regarding the pirates deck. It's always this pirate for 10 points of provision, which should be changed into 11 points of provision. But Demon definitely wasn't the case. Sorcerers. I don't think it also needed a change. For me, it was better at 5, since right now knights, they are not that strong and they are not in the meta, so I would say that this card definitely didn't need a change. Whisperer of Dol Blatana, this is a very conditional card. You have the answer to it or you don't. I know that even right now it plays for 27 points in the perfect scenario, but it's very conditional, so I think it's impossible, to be honest, to get so many points. I don't think that was the card that needed a change. Shady Vendor, always like I would say this is not the card that needed a change also, so I also don't agree with this change. Definitely at 4 points of power it was better. Right now I don't know what was the point even of changing this card. I know that somebody can say about the open sesame and so on, but for me it should stay, it should have stayed at 4 points of power. Van Morlechem Servant, I would say this is not the problem of this deck with poisons and with statuses. The problem are different cards. They should be more expensive. This Van Morlechem Servant, I mean, right now, I know that it can transfer the statuses, but I would say it was okay at 4. So it's not like one of these cards that needed a desperate change. I would say there were cards more important and begging for a change, but not this one. Then increase of provision. Tactical decision, well, I don't know. I don't like this leader ability because basically it's being played with this is like connected to meals, so I don't like meal because this is one of these toxic decks that doesn't allow you to play, and basically it makes this game very random because everything depends like what the witchers are going to destroy, which cards are going to be banished. So I would say that change wasn't necessary. Invigorate, yes, this leader ability definitely needed the change. It was still too weak even after the buffs, so right now at 16 points of provision it definitely will be played more often. King of Beggars, I don't agree with this change. I don't think it was like worth it. It should be at 12, so that change was very bad. Some of the decks, they were like really like connected to King of Beggars, and you had to have him in the deck, and right now basically many decks they got destroyed because of this 1 point of provision. Magic Compass, I would say even at 11 points of it was very strong, especially if you had this meta deck skellige with pirates. I would say right now at 12 points of precision it's a little bit too much, and I'm still like opting for other changes for the pirates. Definitely this card was problematic, but I would say it should have stayed at 11 points of provision. Fionn, I don't agree with any kind of changes for defenders. They should, all of them, they should be at 9, and I don't see a point of like changing every defender every season to 10 points of provision. It makes absolutely no sense. At 9, all of them, they were perfect. Demon Smuggler, super strong card, and if you're gonna think about it, right now, it still creates additional pirate, plus you have this 2 ticks that deals damages. So altogether it means that it will create 10 points for you. At 6 points of provision it's too expensive, so I would say at 5, and it was in the way it was last season, it was like the best. I know it was plenty, because 10 for 5 it's plenty, but I would say that's the way it should be at. And I really don't like pirates deck, but with this one I don't agree with this change. Definitely the other cards, they had to be changed. A slave driver, yes, finally at 6 points of provision. That is exactly how it should stay. 3 points of power, 6 points of provision, and I hope this will not be reversed and it will stay in this place, because this is a perfect change. Teleportation. I mean, with this change, I also don't agree, because it could create like funny memes, and I really like this card. It wasn't played that often, to be honest with you, and I would say at 4 it was much better. So I don't agree with this change. It's like an overspill with 5 points of provision. Combat Engineer. With this one, yes, I agree, because it was creating this sick deck with poisons that was like very difficult to play against. I also created this deck last season, and definitely this card was pretty sick. So I would say at 5 it's gonna be much better. Then we have a Barnacle Blower at 5 points of provision. I mean, this season many important cards for the syndicate got nerfed, and I would say with this Intimidate and so on, 5, I don't know. To be honest with you, I think it's an overspill for syndicate in general. I don't think that that many cards from syndicates they needed so many changes. All right, and now Decrease Onslaught. And I don't agree with this change. It should stay at 16. Just like I'm saying, you know, other cards should be changed for this archetype, and they should have been changed like a long time ago, because I mean, this is ridiculous if you are paying 5 points of provision and you're getting 12 points of power, or you're getting a card that with the clash ability that can be summoned, you know, by Fukusha. This is sick, but this one definitely no. Hunt, finally. It was too expensive. Right now at 13 it's so much better, so I hope it's gonna stay in this way. And I mean, all of the old scenarios, they are weaker than the newer ones, so 13, this is a perfect one. Bacala, to be honest with you, I don't have an opinion. To be honest, I don't know. At 13 it was too expensive. At 12 we will see how it's gonna go, but you're creating, you know, a situation in which you have 2 engines for 12. Let's see. I don't have opinion about this card. War Council, yes, a very good change. I would say at 12 it was too expensive. Right now at 11 it's gonna be played a lot, because this is a very good, I would say, tilling tool, and also with this battle preparation it can be used in assimilated decks. Then Water of Brokilon, very good change for 9 points of provision. At 10 it was still too expensive. It got buffed I think 2 seasons ago, and it was not played at all, so it means that it was definitely still too expensive. Right now at 9 definitely it's gonna be played a lot. Swears, a very good change, 4 points of power. This card needed a buff with the Seize ability, so you're getting like 10, as you can see, card that costs 7 provision points, and you are basically getting 10 points out of this. So you can just compare this one, it's 10, and you have corsairs, which are at 5 points of provision, and you're getting 12 points, which is absurd. Vabjorn, very good change. This card needed a buff a long time ago, just like all the other thinning cards. And at 7, it's exactly in the place where it should be, and there are still plenty of cards that should be at this 7 points of provision, and they are just begging for a change. Ronvit, very good change. Definitely I will create a deck with this one because it's very interesting, especially with Revenants. War of Clans, and this is an overspill because as you can see, I know this is conditional, but you have 4, plus you can summon a unit which has like 8 points of power. That's already a 12 for 5. But what is the best is that you still play Highland Warriors, and the Highland Warriors can increase the value of this removal card even up to, let me say, 6, I don't know, 7, 8, but let me say even at 6, so it's gonna be like 14 for 5. So this is ridiculous. This card is definitely, I mean, it's gonna be played all over the game right now, and Warriors and plus raids, they got too many buffs. Highland Warrior right now, yes, this is the sweet spot. 3 and 5, I think that's the way it should be, and it shouldn't be changed anymore. So generally it's like 50-50. I don't like these changes because in my opinion other cards, they needed a buff like immediately. So I would say in general I'm not too happy about this Balance Council this month. With the other ones, to be honest with you, all the way from January until May, I agreed. This is the first one that I don't agree, although there are some good changes, but there are also plenty of changes which I don't like, and we will see how it's gonna go next month. But this month, in my opinion, it was pretty much wasted because some of these changes that are here, they're gonna be reversed next month, so it made no sense. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time and support. Please like, subscribe, and comment, guys. See you in the next video. And the last announcement, guys, please go to the nearest shelter and adopt a dog. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.